All right. Also, I want to announce that it's been 2 months and 25 days since the brutal. What did I called last time? I called. What did I call it last time? And you corrected me on that, Munchie.
I forget.
I called it a brawl, right?
Oh yeah, that wasn't no bro.
That wasn't a brawl. That was a beat down.
Yeah, that was spanking.
There was no comeback from the other people that were victimized.
Hey, but the Jay Reed dude went quiet though after his PDF file came public, huh?
Yeah, I heard that too, and then everybody like, well, shame on him. That's why it happened.
Right, he went quiet, so it's no Dodge Network for him, right?
Yeah, he went quiet after the Megan's Law stuff dropped, but
and that's all real. Cause I really don't be knowing about that shit.
Yeah, I looked it up just to see. Yeah, I looked.
You
it
look
up.
like an official. Like you.
I want to know. All right, so what was the sex charge though exactly?
Oh, it was something pretty. It was with a minor. So
okay, all right, it's the real deal sex charge.
Yeah,
it pissing in public or no dumb shit.
I want to say it said 14 years old or under.
Wait.
Something like that.
That's ugly.
So once that dropped, he pretty much went quiet.
His family probably didn't even know about that.
Oh, they probably did, bro. His family probably knew.
But okay, we got a theory up here. Like when you hit the internet and you enter the social media and internet realm, you got a certain amount of time before any of your dirt come out. It's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Jay Reed was within that time that we, you know what I'm saying? How long did you say, or you don't remember?
Well, I don't remember. I'm gonna do this real scientifically because we got a list of characters that have hit the internet and then their dirty laundry got dropped.
Right.
But it took time. It doesn't happen like in the first month, first 6 months. For some, it don't even happen in the first year.
Yeah.
So, but Jay Reed's dropped pretty quickly. It happened within the first year of him hitting the scene.
When did this dude Jay Reed even hit the scene? Because I only seen him hit the scene when he, you know what I'm saying, got stripped and shit. So
that's when he hit the
That's
internet.
when he hit the scene, yeah.
Oh, well, then that wasn't even, that was like a month, bro.
But the difference is this is the first time someone got exposed through Megan's Law. I don't think we've seen anyone else.
Cowboy,
but that wasn't a pedophile charge. So.
But 600 said it's higher. You know, they got the levels. He said he did level 5. So that's not true?
There are different numbers to it, but 600 did say that he was a pedophile. When I looked it up, it was just.
I know the case. Yep.
It was an adult. It was it was weird. It happened during the course of a robbery. If you listen to Cowboy, he was snatching a woman's chain, and his hand
brushed up against her breast.
Brushed up against the breast. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But if someone wants to pull up the report, I bet you the victim would say something different.
But we looked it up, the penal code, and then like the elements of how that, you know what I'm saying? And well, his story kind of checked out a little bit.
It's possible that Cowboy is telling the truth,
right?
But it sounds far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know, the only way you'll know is if you go get the police report and read the victim's statement.
How you say something sound true and it sound far-fetched? How you?
Because legally, it's possible.
Y'all niggas be busting it down.
Legally, it's possible that you could accidentally touch someone on the breast.
That's toe up,
right? Bro. Especially if you're grabbing their chain.
Trying to grab their chain.
If you're trying to grab their chain, but.
So you just think
is it likely?
Snatched the chain and grabbed her boobs like just go somewhere?
Well, I'll tell you what someone else told me. Their theory was Cowboy took the chain. The woman probably was attractive and took a deliberate feel on her after he took the chain.
You know, the only thing I'm thinking about right now is just me being young at parties, just slapping females on the ass and shit. I'm like, damn, bro. So I could have got one of them charges.
Oh yeah, smacking someone on the ass would definitely get you the same charge that Cowboy got.
Right. I've been a teenager, didn't care. They turn around frowning like, girl, shut up.
But real quick though, so 600 be running around saying that Cowboy is a registered sex offender. He the highest level of that, right?
Yeah.
To imply that it would be something like crazy though, right? Like.
Right.
But what you're saying right here is that he snatched a woman's chain and his hand grazed her breast, and he was charged with that.
Well, I'm telling you, that's what Cowboy's story is.
I hate to ask about this, but I know you responded to it already on Instagram at one point, but there's a certain YouTuber who made a video basically accusing you of having sex offender status for something that happened in the 90s or something. That's not accurate? You said in the video?
Me being a registered sex offender, that's public knowledge. 1990, I robbed that parking lot. In the process of me robbing that parking lot, I snatched a woman's chain and I scratched her breast. So maybe 15 years later, coming home from prison, they said, now it's a new law, you gotta register. So
Wow.
that's something I gotta live with.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But as far as you put me out there like a nigga, child mode and all this and all that, whip your dick out and go take a piss right there, you're gonna be in the same boat. You gonna go piss in public, you're gonna be in the same boat as a motherfucker that's tampering with kids, you know? So like I said, 1990, I robbed that parking lot in the process of snatching somebody's chain. She got a scratch on her breast, and I took a deal for a robbery. That was my deal, but years later, they said it was a sexual assault.
Okay.
But he wasn't charged with the offense that 600 accuses Cowboy of. When I looked at it, I even had Cowboy here. I mean, not Cowboy, 600. And I said, Cowboy, that's not a pedophile charge. He said, well, you're looking at the wrong one. And then he pulls his phone out, and he's trying to find some other thing. And
That he never finds.
That he never found, yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
You know, I'm not gonna be proud to take a picture with somebody who has a lewd act on a 14-year-old as a man.
I looked up Cowboy's sex offense, and it was not, from what I saw, it was not a 14-year-old. It was just.
You must have looked up 1992. You gotta look up 1998.
Correct.
Lewd act on someone under the age of 14.
I didn't see that on the Megan's Law.
Yeah, you gotta look it up. You gotta go to People Finder and look up all that stuff. All that stuff comes up. It'll do a PSI background.
Well, when you go to Megan's Law, it should list everything. They do have the 1992, which is not a 14-year-old. It's just a sexual assault on a woman during a robbery.
No. You want to pull up right now? Because we need to clear this up right now, too, because he's telling people it's from a robbery and a scratch of the breast. No.
But why doesn't that appear on the Megan's Law database?
Well, what I'm showing you is on Megan's Law.
Okay.
I got that from Megan's Law. We're going to just go to it right now so everybody can see it, you know. Look at my video so people won't be thinking, you know, somebody lying on somebody's name. Because this is documents. This is all public record. You know, I ain't got to lie on nobody's name. Okay, so the code is 243.4 parentheses A. Okay, so let's Google this. This is what his conviction was in 1992. 243.4 parentheses A.
Yeah, 243.4A. I don't think that's lewd and lascivious acts with a 14-year-old.
That's not the 14-year-old.
Okay.
But it's not definitely not a robbery.
Yeah, 243.4 sexual battery. Yeah, sexual battery. That's from the 1992 case.
Okay. So when you click on it and they tell you,
and Cowboy spoke about that. He's explained that during a robbery, he touched the woman's breast in the process of snatching her chain off the neck, and her hands touched her breast. That's what he got a sexual. And there are weird ways to get sexual occasions.
Well, he wasn't put on Megan's Law for weird stuff. So California Penal Code 243.4 parentheses A, sexual battery. Okay, it's only one paragraph. Let's read it. California law prohibiting sexual battery applies whenever anyone touches an intimate part of another person's body while one of the persons involved is restrained. Okay. The touching has to be against the will of the person touched and has to occur for sexual arousal, sexual gratification, or sexual abuse. Okay. So this doesn't say it could have possibly happened in an assault, in a robbery. This is for sexual arousal, sexual gratification, or sexual abuse. It's California Penal Code.
But there's four main points that you just put there: sexual arousal, against will, restrained, and touching. So the touching could easily happen. Restrained is very vague. If you're doing a robbery, if someone comes up here and robs us and we can't leave, we're restrained. So restrained is vague. Against their will, anything that happens against us during a robbery is against our will. But the fourth point, the last point you brought up, for sexual arousal.
For sexual arousal.
Hey, you know how these police can be and these DAs can be in these charges. You know, they could throw that in there. He's taking a deal and he's signing off on it. I give him the benefit of the doubt for the 1992 case. Here's how we solve this. Just pull up that case.
Okay, for sure.
Honestly, I kind of believe what Cowboy said about how that went. I ain't gonna cap.
I kind of just don't believe nothing 600 say, respectfully.
Yeah, it's certainly possible because the law says you can do it through the clothes.
Right.
On the outside of the clothes. Well, the reason why I brought up the 2 months and 25 days for the brutal no jumper beating is because somebody's going to jail for posting a video brutalizing these two guys, regardless if he's a sex offender. The law doesn't care.
Period. No,
they don't care that this guy has a sex offender past. They're still.
And he's already been charged and registered for that. So the justice has been done on that.
Oh, yeah.
For the record, you feel me?
Well, he can never go back to jail. You go get justice done on him again. You know what I'm saying? You know how we treat those in jail with them type of cases?
This case goes back to, he was convicted in 2009, and he was released from prison in 2015. So this is, 15 years ago now?
Yeah, he slipped through the cracks. But now it's on the internet. Everybody done covered it. He in trouble.
Yeah,
So he gotta be a good boy.
Yeah, he been staying quiet. But also, this dude Termaine, a.k.a. the fake Luce Cannon, had his girlfriend post a video that suggested he was already in jail or was about to go to jail because they had this video of the police surrounding their neighborhood, which was something unrelated to them. But for whatever reason, Sharice wanted to post that and make us think that, oh, they finally did get your ass and arrest you. But he is not in jail. He was not arrested. You reacted to it, I believe, on your channel, right, Niem?
Nah, because to be honest with you, I felt like it was a play. I'm new to the YouTube stuff, and I understand. Oh, plays be ran, right?
Yeah.
So now I kind of be attacking shit like that. Like if it's interesting enough, I'll cover it and let my people know. I don't know if there's a play or not or whatever. And that I kind of knew that he wasn't. I knew that he wasn't. That wasn't for him. And so I never covered it. Okay. But what I want to say is, what made you feel like that she was saying that they're coming for him? Because I feel like when she posted it, she didn't really say anything. I think people kind of assumed.
Well, I went off the title.
Okay, what was the title?
She titled that they're looking for Luce Cannon.
Oh, well then there it is.
I think.
But what she said was,
if she changed it.
She said, "My block, I can't get to my house, and my street blocked off. My husband's at home, but I hope he's okay, right?" But it just hurt the how she went about it. You know, somebody, baby daddy or wife would call like, "Is you good?" You know what I'm saying? Or so.
Because I watched the video, but I don't think I paid no attention to the title. And if you say she titled it that way, then that's what that is. You get me? Then that's what you're doing. You're implying that they there for bro. But in the video, I don't really think that she said anything.
No, she didn't.
Indicating that they were there for him.
No, but here's the title. I'll read it right now. She hasn't changed it. The FBI surrounded my house looking for Luce Cannon. I can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Devil's advocate. That is like,
and that was uploaded after she knew he was okay. Believe it. You know what I'm saying?
And that wasn't even the FBI. When you look at the cops that were there, those were Vegas PD. Yeah.
But no, she seen a negotiator, so she, you know what I'm saying? She don't know no better.
I knew it was a lie right from the bat because they don't live on that street. They don't live there.
Right.
I know where they live at.
I said the name of that street in my song. That ain't it.
You said the name of the street in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something about the Nikki girl and some.
I don't want to say the name.
I forgot it.
Even though it's public, if you do your due diligence.
You know, I don't want nobody.
Yeah, we ain't doxing
like
anybody.
with that.
But I knew that wasn't their street.
Okay.
But I was like, is that close to their street? But no, if you look at the video, you'll see there's a traffic light right down the street that she was recording. There's no traffic lights in their community where they live at. So I was like, this ain't even where they live.